Just getting a lot of comments about weed, and yeah, I really don't like to smoke weed. It's fucking terrible. It makes me hear voices, and I get huge anxiety and whatever, man. I don't like smoking weed. I don't like smoking weed, so I mean, I can get addicted to it pretty fast because I can just watch paint dry on a wall on it. I don't like that. I don't like not being able to think. I think it contributes to just a lack of Um, I don't know, but it just yeah. I mean, it adds no value to my life, but I'm vaping. But yeah, I don't know. I thought I'd just make a video. Just really can't seem to want to learn from anything or really do anything, and uh, I don't know if it's my condition or if I'm just being lazy and I don't want to learn anything. So I don't know what it is, but it just seems like, you know, in the antinatalist community, I agree on all the points and all that stuff. It's just hard to, hear somebody, talk about these things. It's like I wish there was there was just more people in the community, that was like-minded or whatever. And it's just, I don't know. It's hard to like abandon your sense of reality. It's hard to just say like, not that I want to die, but that this is just really disgusting, and I'm contributing to it, and I'm causing all of this. Like I'm doing just as much as everybody else. Like I'm paying my taxes, which are going towards wars that are like destroying lives, and I'm you know just adding so much negativity to the world. Like a there was a spider on my windshield yesterday, and it's not that it was hot outside. I just thought that, I mean, I didn't realize like, oh, the spider is on my windshield and I'm driving 40 miles per hour. Like it probably just wants to, not feel this wind or whatever. But I'm like, oh, it's dehydrated, so I spray some uh I spray some water on it with my windshield wipers, and I did it too much, and it was like trapped in a it was trapped in like a water puddle. I mean, it was like really small. It was like that big. And yeah, I mean, it was just like, man, it's in that puddle. It's like suffering and everything. Um no, that's not what happened. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's not what happened. I sprayed a little bit of water on it, and it was like it like didn't get enough water. And then I sprayed it again, but I pushed my windshield water came up if you pressed it slightly, but then I pushed it too hard, and the windshield actually went one time. I was like, no, no, no. And the spider got hit by the windshield, and it looked all like it had some broken legs and stuff. And I mean, I don't think like arachnids or insects and all that stuff. I think they probably have like a different I think their mechanisms are probably different. Like they probably don't feel pain as much as like a mammal, um, or like an amphibian, I would say. I mean, but even an amphibian wouldn't feel pain, like real pain, as much as a mammal would. And I think that's just because of, I mean, I think that's just because of, like, I don't think that they can't experience fear. I think the fear is very real, but, I just, I can't imagine, you know, just, like a cow being butchered to death being as bad as, uh, like a fish getting its uh head cut off or something like that. And then in the case of like this spider, like, it's just kind of like as like with like the frontal lobe, like you're just like, oh my gosh, the spider's dying, the spider's dying. So I don't know, man. I was like driving and I just like had like reached out my window and just like crushed a spider because I thought it was like really experiencing pain, and that's kind of like a um like an interesting question, I guess, with like when it comes to sentience and like how sentient are these insects, like really. Like I heard Amendum say one time that a I don't know, he just got me thinking that like ants had more sentience than than like a baby just out of the womb, like literally just out of the womb. I would argue that they have like more like a more capacity of, like love or loss and things like that, of like a motivation to do something. I mean, they all, just fall in line, but whether or not that is like, a sign of sentience, or just a sign of, you know, being able to just use almost like their genetic nanotechnology that is just like propelling them, just pushing them, you know, to do what they're doing. It's like if you're if like if like if this was the ground and your eyes could only see like this much above the ground, and then you saw a bunch of other ants that could only see like that far above the ground, like you would just say like, okay, I'm gonna join these guys, like, you know what I mean? So if like if like some humans were 8 feet tall and like some humans were 4 feet tall, or like the races, like we were all like like a kind of like an alien race, but like we were just at different height, like you would most likely gravitate towards the people your height. Like if like there was one race in a world that was um like I said, like, double the size of the other people, you probably go to your small people. I mean, how they're so like, and there can be a civilization like that. Um, but yeah, I'm sort of just like considering like, well, I don't know, because I want to do the Amendum style videos, but I think that's just like Amendum's thing. Like I don't think like just copying his style, I don't think would like just get me very far, or whatever. But I don't know. Like I don't know if I need to tell it. I mean, it's just like it's yeah. I mean, it's you know um it sounds like something I would want to do, but yeah, I don't know. Like I was thinking about doing like an Amendum style reply video to some of these raw vegans that are like hypo optimistic, and they have like savior complexes, and they're basically, anti-extinction of the human race and all this stuff. And humans have more of a potential to somehow further life or something, and there's no consideration of how how much destruction, like us as a whole, us as a species specific, family, all coming from, a certain species, like how that could, how like we could be any better, or how like only eating fruits and vegetables, or only eating fruit, um, is gonna how somehow like save the world, or how that's possible, and how with 7 billion people, everybody can just be eating fruit, um, just specific food that's for us. It basically, like, if you're a frugivore and you only eat fruit, um, you're doing your duty to this world, like you're doing your job on Earth, because the insects don't really rely on fruit or something. And then, like, the first thought that comes to my mind is like just a worm being in a rotten apple or something. So it's not that I don't think insects can't, like, have fruit or enjoy fruit. I mean, why would we need pesticides if fruit was, I guess so, ethical? Like, if it, like, if like, obviously, like, you know uh factory, not factory farming, but like, factory apple orchards or something like that, and they spray all the pesticides. I mean, they're spraying the pesticides because the insects are going towards the fruit. So I don't get how, like, the fruit, or it's like these, it's kind of like they have like a god complex or something, because it's like in the Bible, it says God gave you every fruit bearing seed. So it's like, oh, and that means, like, that means marijuana has a seed and it buds. So that is, like, my gift or whatever. That's God's gift. I mean, I think that's just silly. And then also, as well as, the fruit argument, because God gave you every fruit bearing seed or whatever, and all these seeds bear fruit. Um, no, it's just, I mean, I don't know if it's a straw man. I don't really know exactly what a straw man is. I like, just, it's one perspective to like facing another perspective. Um, but yeah, I mean, like, I thought I was doing the world justice by attempting to only eat fruit, because um, I didn't want to steal other organisms. Yeah, it's just all about this organism stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I was taking some of it in Mendham's advice, just like, making a video instead of taking a nap. But I'm not really physically tired. I'm just kind of like bored. I mean, it's just like, and I don't want to. I don't want to disrespect what people are saying on YouTube either, because um, and I just discovered antinatalism and stuff, and I'm child free and all that stuff, and so it's yeah, I like it, and I don't support the murdering and killing of mammals and amphibians, and factory farming, you know, all this stuff. But I haven't really stuck to that. I mean, because I'll get, like, extremely lonely, and I'm not exactly like an agoraphobic. Like, I don't exactly have like agoraphobia. I just have, like, no passion for technology, really. I just really have no passion for technology. It's not really technology, or like computers, and doing all of this stuff. Like, I can just be on my cell phone all day, like, listening to antinatalism or Efilism, and I'm good. But I just really have a hard time, when it comes to, like, just sort of, anyway, I've talked too long.